rely on the power of the chupacabra and Bigfoot. Aliens too. Let's go. Chupacabra. You get stereo? Hold on.
Yo, what's up, America? Yeah, that's right. I told you we were coming soon. Let me introduce the one and only Matt Bowhall.
What is this instrument?
Stylophone.
Xylophone.
Yeah. It's a stylophone. It's a pocket synthesizer.
So let me give you the rundown on Matt Bowhall. I met him
Famous musician.
a cheerleading camp through my daughter, and she goes, I know this guy that plays music, you should be friends. And then I saw that he had one of those hillbilly beards, and I got scared and I didn't talk to him for like 3 weeks. And then finally I talked to him, and now it's the Matt and Matt Dave show. Anyway, we've got a list of questions for Matt Bowhall. He just introduced himself with this xylophone.
So what's the reason behind the name Iron Canyon?
I am a kind of comic book nerd, and so I drew a little comic before I had the band. Anyway, but I wanted to tie it in with the band, to have some mythology.
Okay.
Iron Canyon was just a cool name that I just always wanted for a band. I think that's for and I wanted to tie in the music with merchandising.
Well, that's smart.
IronCanyon.com. Send us $35.99.
Get a gold shirt just like this guy. I don't know. $35 is pretty cheap for that shirt.
By the way, side note, every time we do a show, you got to do a side note. Today is David Weather's 55th birthday. Happy birthday, Dave.
Yeah, I'm ripped. Oh, here comes the music.
Wait, I wasn't ready. Okay.
Can you leave that out, maybe?
Happy birthday to me.
55. And we've got a whole list of questions. I currently am in a band with Matt Bowhall. It's called Iron Canyon, also known as the Iron Mateos.
Mateos?
Mateos, because in Spanish her name is
Hola, amigo.
Mateo.
¿Cómo estás?
And then, I don't know, a couple other names. But our production company name is Danger Happens. I don't know if you know that. Welcome. Anyway, we've got a set of questions for Matt Ball. As you can see, he's probably the most eccentric guy that we've ever interviewed. He's probably the only one that actually wanted to do one with us. Everyone else was scared.
And he's famous.
Somebody just pulled in and then pulled out. They saw this. And
He's NorCal famous. He's from Gridley. Where are you from?
no, I'm actually from the Bay Area.
Talk about how many bands that you've been in locally.
I've been in a handful of bands and played in maybe close to a dozen venues.
And they all hate him because he's so prissy.
He's
Anyways,
just direct and forward.
I've been kicked out of more bands than I've been in. Does that make sense?
Stop complaining.
yeah,
Okay.
I've got a list of questions and Dave has jokes. This is going to be a rapid fire question session. You don't have to do that. I could add effects later.
Nope.
Anyways, if you had to choose between lethal injection, firing squad, or electrocution, what would it be?
I think I would want to be electrocuted by a theremin.
There you go. It's a
Like
musical instrument.
put a theremin out in the rain and just like put me out there like bare feet And then the second we kicked that sucker on, the music would go. You'd have to record it though. That would be my final performance.
Your final request?
Yeah, I'd be like.
Dave, what do you got?
So we have Elvis here. Are you an Elvis fan?
I am.
Do you know a lot about Elvis?
A little.
I know. Do you know how Elvis died?
There have been lots of reports.
What's your thought?
Personally, I don't think he died. I think he faked his death, but I think it's more along lines of like aliens came down because he had either was part alien or made friends with aliens because they loved his music so much that he made a deal with them saying, look, make me a clone that's gonna kick in like a week and beam me up to your planet and, I'll sing for you. And they're like, got it.
So that brings me to my joke. If Elvis were alive today, what would he be doing?
I think he would be eating peanut butter and banana sandwiches, like fried peanut butter banana sandwiches.
No, he'd be scratching his fingernails off trying to get out of his coffin. Knock knock. That's a knock knock joke.
Who's there?
Wurlitzer.
What?
Wurlitzer.
All right, that's good. You made it through that whole word. Wurlitzer what?
Wurlitzer who?
Oh, sorry. Wurlitzer who?
Wurlitzer 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready and go, Dad, go. I don't know that word. I don't know that song.
Don't you step on my blue suede shoes.
Oh my gosh, this is already going off the rails in 6 minutes in. Okay, I got one more question.
He died of constipation, by the way.
I saw the spot where he died. I was on the tour at Graceland. I took my father there some years ago, and we got a private tour, and he had a separate gym on the property that he would work out in. And I saw he had a drinking fountain, like the old public drinking fountains that were like mechanical. They looked like a droid from Star Wars. And apparently he drank from that first and then made it to the can. And then that was it.
Yeah, they found contents in his stomach that were 5 months old.
Oh.
It's like John Wayne.
Yeah.
What?
John Wayne had like 32 pounds of...
No.
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Uh-huh. That's a fact. That's a medical fact.
Well, now you know some things. You
John
can learn
Wayne?
some things on
John
our
Wayne.
show.
They didn't call him the Duke for nothing.
Dookie.
So, is it true? Let me get some facts straight. Your middle name is named after Elvis?
Yes. When I was born, my father
Aaron?
was very hip on naming me Elvis because he's a huge Elvis fan. And my mother said, absolutely not. He's like, all right, we'll do a name from the Bible.
Do you know what Elvis's twin brother's name was? His twin brother, of course, was stillborn.
It's like a J, right? Jesse or something?
Jesse Guerin.
There you go.
Just like Aaron, but Guerin.
Guerin, really?
Yeah.
Okay, no, Jesse.
I don't think anybody's Garen around here. Anyways, not me anyways.
That was a good question.
Oh, he's got more.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we have time for that more.
What do you think?
What do you think about the sport rugby? Do you watch it?
I am...
You look like the kind of guy that would watch rugby.
I watch so many sports, not by choice.
You watch rugby?
I do.
Okay.
I watch a lot of rugby.
My favorite position in rugby, it's on the female team. So it's one of the forwards. My favorite, it gets my juices flowing when
Is it the hooker?
the hooker
Okay, yeah,
gets
that's what
down
I
and
thought.
dirty and is willing to dive down into that scrum to get the ball.
Okay.
It sounds a little dirty when you talk about it, but it's no different than like a powder puff team
Well-
where you've got a blonde tight end, going deep in her own end zone.
Well, it's like the tight end in men's sports, I was going to say.
I prefer the women's sports.
We were way off the rails. What do you think about Eric Estrada as an actor?
Erica Estrada?
Eric
His
Estrada.
twin sister.
Eric Estrada.
I think I'm a big fan. I think his finest acting skills were on an infomercial he did for Lake Shastina Properties up north, where he was pushing for beautiful lakefront properties on Lake Shastina.
I'm a big fan of Eric Estrada.
I'm not.
He's probably one of my favorite actors of all time.
Okay.
Who was your favorite actor
Of all time?
all time?
Oh my God.
So whenever I walk into
The
Matt's
guy
house,
from Solaris.
not the remake,
No. Why? What were you gonna say?
nothing.
You were gonna say you walk into my house.
I walk into his house and this guy's watching movies from 1899.
I want you.
They were just sound effects. Black and white stills.
I have a confession. So we went bowling yesterday,
Yes.
and that's the first time I've met you, right?
Yes.
We're on the 8th frame, and I finally realized that you weren't blind.
Oh.
I thought you were blind
Who said that?
because you play that electric guitar thing that is flat. I thought only blind people played that.
Why
So,
would you think that?
I thought you were blind, and then I was like, "Wow, this is going to be interesting—a blind guy bowling." And you were playing like a blind guy until about the 8th frame, and then I thought, he can see. So you have one of those flat guitars?
Yes.
We'll see that later probably. What brand is it? Is it Rickenbacker or
No, but good knowledge, good guess.
Hey,
how about Duesenberg?
No, oh no, those, I can't afford to use it. No, that's an old Fender
Okay.
I got, but there's a lot of them.
Is it
out
your
there.
favorite instrument or
No, I have lots.
what do you prefer?
My favorite instrument is my Telecaster,
Okay.
and I saved that from my house before it burned down, and I'm so glad I did because
Oh.
I think I would have been really sad if that would have gone. Because that's my only electric guitar. That's the only thing I play. I played it since I was a kid.
sorry, the Hell's Angels are pulling
That's
in
okay.
right now.
We can edit that out.
Or
No,
probably
keep it
not.
in.
So the other day we did a music video for Iron Canyon, and we had a side view. It was an acoustic view, and Nate, your son, was playing the drums. Pretty good.
Wait, this is oscillating on its own. Look at that. Just all by
The
itself.
stylophone.
My neighbors just moved in. They're probably going to want to move out. So as I was watching this music video that I made, I realized I've never been filmed from the side view. Filmed, you know.
Is
So
that different than films?
yeah,
Like
except
a syllable in there that you.
why are you making fun of my impediment?
No, I think that was a
That-
choice.
Are you guys gonna fight?
Why are
over
you
that?
trying to say I have an
Hold
overbite?
my arm back quick.
So I noticed that I had a really fat neck,
You make me so mad.
and I was concerned that
You can see
maybe
it right there.
I was concerned that I've never noticed my own fat neck. And Dave said maybe it's because my head is so big that I don't know that I have a neck.
Sculvis noticed your fat neck too. Look
So
at that.
anyway, that was a side note. You don't ever know until you've been filmed from the side if you have a fat neck or not. Like if I film this dude from the side, his beard is probably. Anyways, we'll go into a different question.
So what's a theremin?
Hey, we're going. Oh,
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked, Dave.
Okay.
A theremin was invented. It's actually the first synthesizer, basically. It was invented in 1919 by Leon Theremin, a Russian scientist. It was a motion sensor for like the Russian military. And then he was like, you know what? This thing sounds really cool. And he skipped out of Russia and came to America and toured America and stuff. But you know, it's an instrument that you play without touching it.
We'll have to get some video of the theremin.
Yeah,
later.
we will.
Actually, Matt here is Iron Canyon's Theriminist.
Oh,
I just found out.
Thereminins.
I'm as good as it gets.
No, it's one of my favorite instruments, one of my favorite sounds in the world. It's on all sorts of old scary movies, like and sci-fi films.
I'm sure there's some theremin fans out there.
Yeah, and this kind of has a little thing that it has, like,
Kind of a theremin sound.
yeah, kind of like that, you know. Except it's not really. There you go. It's a little better. Come on, play ball, buddy.
Oh my goodness.
There. That was it.
So when it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered for?
Jeez. This shirt.
The shirt. Okay.
Can you tell us maybe who made that for you so we can get a sponsorship out of her, or she can make some for the rest of us?
My wife's Auntie Barb. She made this shirt for me specifically. This is a handmade, beautiful handmade shirt.
You wore it bowling.
I did, and I wore it driving around. Now, this was inspired by a polka show that I used to watch called the Big Joe Polka Show, and it was filmed in the Midwest. And Big Joe was a dude who would have local and national polka acts on this show, and it was usually done in an auditorium, like with wooden floors or something, just real thrown together. But he was a large man, and he'd have a little desk, and there was like funeral flowers, like this fake flowers like around him, but he'd have this outfit like this with the big poofy arms. But his had, instead of like a belt area, it was accordion keys and buttons. And so when he was like really digging the sound, like this dude was like 6'5", probably pushing 400 pounds, just a large farm boy. And he got up and he'd dance and he'd play his belly, like with the keys on it. And when he had a sash around there.
And that's what inspired this shirt.
Yes. But we would watch that show all the time. I'd throw that on when the kids were little because it was such a fun show to have.
That's
on.
interesting, because I had a question in here that says, "Tell me something I don't need to know." Thank you. You crossed that one off. Dave,
Do you know what Elvis used in his hair to get his hair to look the way it did?
pomade. What was
No.
it?
No.
Jojoba oil, vitamin E, and hairspray.
Oh, okay.
So you should try it. Slick your hair back like Elvis.
You know what his natural hair color was?
It's great.
No.
It was
I have
blonde.
no idea.
Yeah, you're right.
He was blonde
Very good.
when he was a kid.
Yeah,
I'm not useless.
That's why he had so much blue eyes, you know.
Yep.
His eyes were so blue that in the black and white pictures they look black.
There's one song. Oh, have a blue Christmas without you. Okay. What else makes you interesting? Anyway, hey Dave, happy birthday. I just want to tell you that 55 is
It's
huge.
huge.
And I also want to thank Matt B for wanting to participate in this thing. We got a ton of other video to put on.
We got a lot of music to record right
Therimins
now.
and blind man music devices. This is done outside Orville, California at the Costa House. I want to thank them for allowing me to film in this pretty yard. We're sitting in the cove, and it's actually fantastic today. The weather's great.
Are you thirsty, Patty?
We have a little product placement here today. Teal, is it Teal?
Huh?
Pure Leaf.
It's Pure Leafy.
Pure Leaf Tea is sponsoring our episode today.
And if you guys want to give us a sponsorship and we can plug and
Do some
promote
product
anything
placement.
that you guys need
I
us
wrote
to.
a song for Pure Leaf. Pure Leaf.
There you go. All right.
Oh wait, there's a no. T T T T T T. It's good for me. Pure Leaf tea.
And if you did face the execution squad, what would your last meal be?
Oh my god. Banana ice cream, I think.
Banana
That,
ice cream.
biscuits and gravy, banana ice cream. Yeah.
Dave, what would your last meal be?
Portillo's.
What is a Portillo?
It's a restaurant. It's where people go and they eat stuff inside a building, and you order it when you sit.
Italian beef sandwich with hot peppers.
Mine's pretty simple. I would just get 4 Hebrew National hot dogs with a ton of jalapenos, mayonnaise, mustard. That's
Just shove them in your mouth all at the same time.
that's my death. That's my death meal. What's that? Have you seen those guys?
That's how you would die.
Have you seen those guys? Have you seen those guys, the hot dog eating contest guys? And they soak their hot dog with their bread and their hot dogs in liquid, and then they oh, dude, that's
how they get
disgusting. That's how COVID got started. We can AI anything. Watch. I'm gonna add something right here. Yeah, that was the silent. So me and Dave did a walk today. We walked Phantom Falls. And we got almost not even halfway before getting tired, because I'm 54 and he's 55 and our legs hurt. But we did get cool pictures of cows. And the weird thing is I didn't know Orville was a tourist place. And there was like...
There were at least 100 cars.
It was insane up there at that Crevice place. Iron Crevice.
Is that our... Oh.
That's the AKA.
I wrote a song about Phantom Falls. Phantom Falls.
Yeah.
Phantom Falls. Phantom Falls.
Does your wife think you're funny? That's not good. Does your wife think you're funny? Cause I'm a real estate investor, hardcore dresser, money getting brother, and a hey polyester. Walking in my go-step, stepping on spats. Steel-toe boots make you do it like that. Cause I do one way on my cellular phone.
You're crazy.
Once again, off the rails. I want to thank our guest. Is there anybody that you might think needs to be interviewed by the man? You know, this could put us over the top after this interview. This could be the one.
This could get you a handful of listeners and viewers.
I got 70 subscribers.
You're going to get cards and letters from all across.
Well, I noticed you have a lot of musician friends that are on your Facebook. Who's one of those friends that you would love to jam with? But just...
Chad! Chad! I wrote a song for Chad.
I got you a thank you card, but it's in Braille because I thought you were blind. So
I don't know what that effect is.
This actually, you know what? I dedicate this whole episode to Chad. Thanks for coming, Matt Bowhall. Go back to Gridley. I don't know what. Do you have any other useless information that we need to know about before we end this? I might end it with the rap, but here we go. Dave singing.
And we'll cut right into the music.
Okay.
There's plenty of good stuff there. At least 24 minutes.
Dude, how come it's not stopping?
Here, put it on the table and I'll hit. Oh, let's let Elvis crush it.
No, dude, this is my Bluetooth. Dude,
Don't step on my Bluetooth shoes.
I have to do this manually.